This is James. Just wanting to say on my other videos, just raising a little bit of hell on because of getting screwed over. I'm pretty much the nicest guy you ever meet until you really piss me off. And Mike Castrucci really did it. I made him like an ass in the courtroom, and I'll do it again. I was always a step ahead of these lawyers, his lawyer, and Mike Castrucci and his daddy had to hold his hand in the courtroom. He had people drive past my house. Judge said, "How do you know?" Well, it's common sense, as when somebody drives past your house 20 mile an hour in a 50, as soon as they step outside, they take off. It's not a rocket scientist to figure out it's a dealership or the bank doing it. So, I had over 700 pieces of papers about the truck. Papers of me working on the truck from the dealership. They left paperwork in the truck when I picked it up, so I knew who had it before me. That's just wrong. So I used that to get information from the owner before me. And then I went down to the BMV and got the information that owns the truck now. And how I got the information with the BMV is I showed the court records of Mike Castrucci suing me, and they see and gave me the information, and I try to contact the owner now. Right now, Mike, I've wrote them, I've called them, and I even stopped in and tell them to stop sending me shit in the mail. I'm not buying another lemon from them. Kiss my ass. You screw me once, you're done. And I've been telling everybody not to go to Mike Castrucci. I've stopped I don't know how many people from going. Thanks for the heartache, the bullshit that they had to go through. They said, thanks a lot. My page has been saving people by going and getting screwed over like me. I was the worst one out of the bunch. I lost my tow business. I had an '05 Ford diesel with a 36-foot trailer. I was hauling 2 cars at a time. I had Lindell Auto Parts. I had DNS Auto Salvage. He was going to guarantee me 20 to 50 cars a week. I had to have 2 trucks. That's how much work I had up. And then I had another junkyard out there in Georgetown, Ohio. That's 3. And I had singletons I was pulling for them. And, that's not when I had my '05. It was when I had a regular rollback. But that's just, the truck was always in the shop. Every month it was in the shop for something stupid. Why can't they just fix the issues? Had the rear end rebuilt. They did a shitty ass job. A year later, the drive shaft would turn all the way halfway around like this underneath the truck. That was too much play on the drive shaft. Every time I shift gears, I could hear a clunk. All they did was shim it and bill the warranty that I got All they did was get in there, shim it up, and said they rebuilt it. So they're screwing the warranty companies. Now, if you're going to do a job, do it right. They only shimmed it. They never rebuilt that rear end. Now, to me, that's bullshit. And they did something. They did steering gearbox on that truck and something else. And they had my truck for 10 damn days. And the first day that was in the shop to get fixed, the guy called me up and said, "You got 20 cars up in Columbus, go get them." I said, "Well, can't do nothing until 10 days. He said, "I'll find somebody else." I bugged the guy for 6 months to rehaul his cars again. That's what I'm pissed about. He made me look like an ass in front of the guy I was pulling for. And I told Mike. And he says, "Try to sue me." And walked away. And my brother was with me at the time. If it was this much more, if he would have said, "You don't have the balls to do anything," people wouldn't let me tell my story on the news. 100%, I guarantee you, I drove the truck to the showroom floor, I would have been news. So, the nicest guy until you really push my buttons and pissed me off. And my Castrucci Ford did it. I would take my shirt off and give it to somebody that doesn't have a shirt. Somebody calls me up. "Oh, I'm on the side of the road. Can you come help me?" I'll do it. I was going to have my towing business going. The hauling cars for the junkyard would have got me situated. I would have been doing regular towing on AAA, towing for insurance companies, and I would even been doing repoing. Yes, I used to repo. I'm not scared of nobody. So, Mike thinks he was going to scare me in the courtroom. That was funny. So, my tailgate tells Facebook page and everything that he did to me and what he does on my tailgate. And he is getting away with murder. That's one thing he told me to take off the Facebook page. I threw it back on. And I quote, think. As long as I say I think, and a lot of people have been talking about. A lot of people. There was a lady down south that was up here and had to buy a minivan. She got screwed out of so much money, but she didn't get the van. She even told me on Facebook, and I got it, I copied it off. He's in the mafia. And his dad in the courthouse shaking his hand while he's talking. Only mafia people do that. Why do you have to shake your hand when you talk? So, I'm 80% sure Mike Castrucci's in the mafia and his dad. They don't scare me. All I want is what he owes me. I want my business back. I'll delete everything. Facebook, I'll delete the YouTube, everything. I want my justice. And my brother will help me get the money up to take him to court. And guess what? 6 mechanics that I had mechanics that used to work for him, sales guys that used to work for him, and they said he is an asshole. Well, I asked him, "Will you testify in court?" "Hell yeah, I will." That says a lot. So, nicest guy, that you'll ever meet until you piss me off. And I don't really get mad. I get even. And I'm doing it legally. So, Mike, my advice to you, don't call your lawyer. Or hit me a message on Facebook and let's make a deal. If not, I'm dragging the CEO of Ford down here and I'm going to subpoena his ass down here in Batavia. And I got it right here in the hand. I'll subpoena in the CEO of Ford, and I got 20 questions I asked him on paper. I'm doing it to Mike, what's his name? Mike DeWine. He'll be on the stand. He wouldn't want to go after him. After Mike Castrucci broke the law, Ohio revised code to dealerships, no new or used, can sell a vehicle with no muffler on the truck, an illegal tint on the driver or on the driver's window. So that's pretty funny how he can break the law and the state won't do nothing about it. That's pretty shitty. So my thing is, Mike, before I take you to court, you better settle out. Pay the $1 million. You did something to me. You broke the law. Pay me the $1 million, and I'll delete everything. If I take you to court and I drag in the CEO in, I'm adding Ford to the lawsuit. And I'll nail you for $10 million. I'm doing it to prove a point. I'm the nicest guy until you screw me over. So, warning everybody, do not go to Mike Castrucci. I've had over 200 people take a picture of my tailgate. I'm telling people, pass it all over. Forward it over. Throw it on your Facebook page. I want it all over the United States. So, I've only had 2 people tell me the bad things. So, hope Mike and everybody helps me out and I get what I want. I'm not going to stop until I get what I want. So, hit me up on Facebook or YouTube or something. I'll meet up and let's sit down and talk. I want to hear your stories how you got screwed. And let's get a lawsuit going to Mike Castrucci. I got enough to take them. And I'm not scared.